outside was cold.
Tonight, Maureen Lipman, Chris Fountain and Jamie Lomas, and a dinosaur. Live from London, it's Paul O'Grady.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to... Scared to come out tonight. We've got a right shower in here. Oh, yes. You wouldn't believe what was going on before the show went up on the floor. That woman over there in the blue top, you should know better at your age. Took her bra off. I thought, why is there a hammock hanging up in the studio? Honest to God, I've never heard anything like it. Seriously. Whoa, it's like a madhouse. Look at them. Is it full moon tonight or something? They're all baying. What's she on over there? I blame the National Health for this and these HRT patches. I really do. Buster, should we have a look at the post bag before they eat us? OK. Rightio. Dear Paul, I'm 69 years old and I want a tattoo. Oh, good for you, love. Not just any tattoo. I would love to have Lily Savage on my shoulder. Why? I was wondering if I could have your permission to use it. I'll write to her. She's in a convent in Bruges, but I'll write to her. And if you or someone would draw a caricature of Lily on my back, oh, please. Well, come in and we'll get an artist on the next series, because we finish on Friday, you see. I know, I'm heartbroken. No, wait, and what am I going to do? I'll have to get a Saturday job, that's all there is. Now, come in the next series and we'll get somebody to draw it on your shoulder and then you can go off to a tattooist. It's not that I like tattoos, but there you go. Dear Paul, hope you are well. Oh, I'll do this one. Dear Paul, I had to tell you about my recent exam in... Oh, what? I can't say this word. How do you say that? Don't get grand on me, Buster. In phenomenology. Phenomenology. My recent exam in phenomenology. What's phenomenology? Anyway, every time I had to mention it in my exam, I thought of you and Buster and Olga, because I know how much you love to say phenomenon. Humiliation. Please, can I have a nodding Buster or Olga to help ease the pain of my forthcoming exam results? You know the one I mean. Enjoy your holiday at the end of the week. Your phenomenological friend, Gillian. Thank you, Gillian. Can somebody please email in during the show and tell me what a phenomenologist is? Does anybody in the audience know? This lot don't know their own name, let alone what a phenomenologist is. Phenomenology. Oh, well, there you go. Dear Paul, you're all right, Bust. You're very quiet and stately tonight. Is there something on your mind? Huh? Tell me. What's the matter? Would you like a little visitor from a dog? Would you? All right. This is a brand-new dog bowl to stop other dogs and cats from eating Buster and Olga's food. Just fasten the sensor to their neck and the bowl will open when they go near it. Buster doesn't do things like that, I'm afraid. But we have a stunt dog in the building to do it for him. James, will you bring Bailey on, please, to stunt for Buster? Right, Buster, you see, this is what had happened. You're in the kitchen, OK? And this is your dog bowl. Bailey, Bailey, come on, fella.
Over here, mister.
Bailey, come on. Your little sensor, go on, up to your dog bowl, see what happens. Oh! Good boy, Bailey. He's wiring in there, James. Oh, what was that? Something dropped off the shelf. Not more poltergeist activity in here. I can't bear it. I feel like Doris Stokes. This is... Remember we had one of our homeless dogs? Well, this is him who's been rehomed, and look at him. You've got the life of Riley Mace, haven't you, eh? Yeah. What was his name before he was rechristened? Can you remember?
No.
No, Hey? Mr. what?
Biggs.
Mr. Dix?
Biggs. Mr. Biggs.
Oh, Mr. Bix. Oh. I think I'll go back to my desk before I get into any more trouble. That's a fabulous invention, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ta-ra, Bailey. That's good, that. Got another item. Now, you're going to test this because you always look cool in sunglasses. These are sunglasses for dogs, seriously, because, like us, UV rays affect their eyesight. I've just got to try and get them on. Boss, do you want to try your glasses on? Come on, then, fella. You turn round. No, don't stand up. No. Yeah, come here. Let's see. No, can't get that on his head. You'd have a job getting them on Bailey's. Anyway, you don't need sunglasses for dogs. Don't take them on the beach. There they are. But we'll try them on later, see if they fit him. Maybe they'd fit Olga, do you reckon? If not, you got an excellent catapult. Look. Flicking stones. People in bikinis. Right, let's do the birthdays, eh, Bust? Happy 62nd birthday to Eileen Horton from Nottingham. Happy 89th birthday to John Richards from Steve, Jenny and family. Happy 16th birthday to Zoe Pappas. And on the birthday mug, we have a 9-year-old, Ben Barlow. Give him a big cheer and all of them. Happy birthday, all of you. We hope you have a phenomenally happy birthday. Now, we've got 3 great guests for you tonight. We've got the woman who made her film debut in Up the Junction, that classic movie, and she's now up the West End. That's the one and only Miss Maureen Lipman. Let me hear you. Plus, 2 pin-ups who wants it. I knew they hadn't come to see me, get me pissed off. It saves me stripping, anyway. We've got 2 pin-ups who on screen play very bad lads, but off screen are much better behaved. It's Hollyoaks, Warren and Justin. Jamie Lomas and Chris Fountain. Let's hear you. Come on. We've also got a 7-year-old explorer who's been travelling back in time 65 million years, and he's got some amazing things to show us. Hopefully no dinosaurs, because I don't like dinosaurs. I remember them first time round. No, that's the chink in my armour. I don't forget when we had that raptor on the show. It terrified me. And our new recruit, Liam, is off on an incredible trip to Kenya, meeting giraffes, a rhino, and the amazing Kenyan Boys Choir. So don't go anywhere. See you after the break, OK?
Still to come, Maureen Lipman, Chris Fountain and Jamie Lomas. Tomorrow, Julie Goodyear, James Cracknell and Ben Fogel.
Welcome back. I don't know where they're getting this lot from tonight, seriously. Maidstone we've got a coach load from. We've got a gang of women in from Dundee. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dundee's loss is our gain, that's all I can say. Later on, we have the Hollyoaks stars, Jamie Lomas and Chris Fountain. And if the rumours are true, I'm going to be meeting something that I'll have nightmares about for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'll need my blanket back, and it don't need because it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's another word I can't say. Anyway, it's time now for my first guest. Are you ready, yes? At just age 4, this lady took centre stage in her front room doing her Alma Cogan and Eartha Kitt impersonations. Since then, she's done everything from The National to Coronation Street, and, of course, she's written the odd bestseller or two. Her latest sitcom is called Ladies of Letters, and she's currently packing them in at London's Garrick Theatre in a little night music. Will you please raise the roof for Miss Maureen Lipman? Let me hear you.
I've never done this before, Paul.
Maureen, you're looking fabulous as usual.
Thank you.
Somebody's nicked the coffee table.
I can do a virtual coffee table.
And to my eternal shame, Maureen, look at that carpet.
It needs it, doesn't it?
It looks like rented accommodation, 1950, doesn't it? You know, you stand there and you see the cat fleas leaping off it and taking chunks out of your ankles.
It looks like it might levitate any minute now, yes.
Now, your dog is gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. Diva.
I thought I'd bring her for you to have a look at.
Oh, she's sweet.
You do dog on this show, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
You have a few old... He does.
We do, Maureen.
A few old dog dogs on this show, and I'm afraid I'm one of them, yeah.
Is she the reason you got banned from the the Peacock Shopping Centre? No, because I've got a similar story.
Yeah, no, I was going to work the Peacock, yes, in Woking.
Yeah.
It's not a place that you would really want to fight to get into, but you have to go through the car park to get to the theatre entrance. So I was with the dog, you know, you are. When you've got a dog, you're with it, right?
Yeah.
And Natalie, my assistant, and we were just going through, and a job's worth came up. Hey, you!
Yeah.
Can't take a dog through here. In the shopping centre. So, you know, look, we're going to the theatre, it's not... You cannot take a dog through here, leave this establishment right now. So I said, look, I am going to walk through the shopping centre, whether you like it or not. Hello, hello, I've got a couple of dodgy ones here. Yeah, no, they're using abusive language. Can you... I said, you can go and you can take your walkie-talkie, you can stick it... Right, and he screamed after me, you are banned for a year from the Peacock Shopping Centre, Woking. I fell to my knees. I said, please, please, anything, don't ban me from this place. Yeah.
I was in the Ashford Outlet Centre and I got out the car with Buster and all these sirens went, the dog on the forecourt! Dog on the forecourt! Dog... I got back in the car, I've never been back since.
Yeah, but my ban is now lifted because it was more than a year ago, so I could actually go with a... Anyone got a Rottweiler?
Why don't we go with a gang of dogs?
I am up for that. I'm so up for that.
I'm well up for that.
Yeah.
Any of these jobs worth who kick off like that, I'm well up for making their lives miserable.
And my dog's not even got a bark. You know, she is the barkless dog of the Congo. So I got her in Ealing, actually. But she you know, what's she going to disturb? And they don't do that on the...
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like Buster. What's he going to do? I mean, you know, waddling through.
Exactly. Well, he's not going to do anything,
No,
Buster.
nothing at all.
But I took... Yeah, no, I mustn't tell that story.
Tell me after.
Look, it's made from bananas.
Oh, it's not?
It is.
Really?
Yeah, go and have
Can
a
I
feel.
have a feel?
Have a feel of my fibres.
Oh, God, that's lovely. And it's literally made from
Banana
bananas.
fibres, yes.
So if we get stuck in a lift, I won't starve. You'll come out naked and I'll come out like this. I've just had Maureen Lipman, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard it here. Yeah, that's one for the party poopers.
How's the show going, by the way? Yeah, wonderful.
I think it's good, yeah. It's a really, really
Fabulous.
intelligent, funny musical, and I'm very proud of it, actually. It's called A Little Night Music, and you can have a sleep now while I plug it.
Go on, Maureen, give it up for...
Well,
it's a wonderful show, and it's got a fabulous score.
Yeah.
It's Sondheim, isn't it, A Little Night
It is
Music?
Stephen Sondheim. It is his most accessible musical, really, and Hannah Waddingham and Alex Hansen are just two of the most accomplished people I've ever seen in my life, on an 8-show-a-week basis. But the great thing about it is that it's funny. Yeah. It's a farce. It's a bit sort of The Importance of Being Earnest crossed with A Midsummer Night's Dream. And I don't know, if you come to London and you want to see a musical that's got a good book, right, that makes you laugh, then you might go to Jersey Boys, because that has got a great... It's a great show. But come and see us, because it's such a witty, intelligent book that you're laughing aside from hearing Send in the Clowns as well. You know, that's the good thing about it. Whereas if you go and see a sung-through show... Yeah. It's an operetta, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you go home humming the scenery. A lot of the time you do, But with ours, it's very beautiful and elegant, and it moves beautifully, but it's also chock full of laughs.
You've had rave reviews. I've read some crackers for you. Absolute crackers.
Yeah, we have.
Do you read your reviews?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Jack used to shield them from me. He used to go out and get all the reviews and then cut out the bits that said I was ugly or something, you know. And now I go on the net and I see, you know, I get people tell me which are nice. Yeah. And they mostly were very nice.
Oh, they were lovely.
So then you make the mistake of thinking, oh, they're great, I'll read them all.
Yeah.
And then you read the ones that aren't. But, you know, hey.
You got one, didn't you? A sniffy one.
A sniffy one, yeah. Actually, Charles Spencer of the Telegraph, well, it was interesting, because at the chocolate factory where we opened, which is, you know, this tiny space for 150 people, actors right there.
Yeah.
I did tell you about the man who weed through the curtains, didn't I? Extraordinary thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm
sorry, Maureen, I was cut short. I couldn't help it. A man weaved through the curtains, you're joking.
Oh, I shouldn't go on about this because it's not seemly. But, yeah, he was in his cups, so to speak, and then very shortly he was in ours. He came... I was sitting in the wings in a wheelchair because my part is an old courtesan, and I always say that quickly because it sounds like an injection, doesn't it? But, and this is what Charles Spencer objected to in the review. He said he didn't think that any old kings, like any old queens, any old kings would fall in love with the likes of me virtually. He
You're
said
joking.
He could only think of Beatty. You know, it was a silly thing to say. But because of that, I sent him... I'll come back to the Man of Weed, don't worry, because I know you love that sort of thing. But, you know, it was only when he reviewed it at the Garrick that he said, well, actually, he loved it after all. But he still found me too angular.
What? Angular?
Yeah, Angela Merkel.
Hang on, Hermione Badley, she played... Hermione Ginglold, wasn't it?
Ginglold.
Glinglold. She played it originally.
She was fulsome and softic, you know, but I just found it amazing that he could assume that only blonde Totty could ever get a king.
Yeah.
I've had hundreds of kings.
Of course you have, Maureen. I've seen it in the Ivy with the King of Norway. I was too polite to nod.
But, so I sent him a little piece of paper which showed Camilla and Mrs. Wallis-Simpson, who really did look unusual, did she? You know, you wouldn't give up a kingdom for Mrs. Wallis-Simpson, would you know? And then there was Dorothy Jordan, who was King William's. And then I sent him one of me in a green bathing suit with green hair, looking fabulous. And I said, would you turn this down on a rainy night? And then one of Hermione. And in fairness to Charles, he did print a thing saying, you know, that he'd been attacked by actresses lately. And I'm having lunch with him tomorrow, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to carry a full-length cutout of a naked Nicole Kidman in front of me like this.
And if that fails, I've got some poison in one of these bottles somewhere. I'd like to throw it in his starter.
Strychnine. No, I'll give him his due. You know, they're only human, aren't they? Poor
well, semi-human, some of them. Do you know, I don't know how you can sit here and chat when you've got a show. I'd be a bag of nerves. About 4 o'clock when I was in the theatre, I used to get very jittery. I don't know how you can do it. And
well, I don't know how you do what you do. I mean, I tried interviewing once and I was an absolute failure.
Well, I just sit and chat.
I know, and I can do it in real life. I can chat to anybody. It could put me behind a desk. And I'm so anxious to be right that it's horrible. I couldn't think of a thing to say to ask anybody.
Well, when I first started, I like this on the autocue, and you see the head going, so, Maureen, tell me, how is the show doing in our West End? Are you enjoying it?
You look just like that dog you gave people.
The nodding buster.
It's like a cross between a dog and a tortoise, isn't it, that?
The nodding buster.
It's got no ears.
Well, they're slightly sinister looking as well, the nodding busters. I was lying in bed and I've got one that's on top of the telly and it was going. And I thought, I have to turn it round. Stuff of children's nightmares, this thing.
Well, Diva's had his head off before now. Yeah.
Oh, charming. Diva, you're an evil girl. Do you have a routine when you go into the theatre to warm yourself up? What do you do?
I bring the Chippendales in. No, I have a routine.
Sit in the radiator for half an hour.
I used to stand on my head.
Hang on a minute, Maureen. You used to stand on your head?
Well, I just had this feeling that if the blood rushed to my head, I would just always remember everything. So I stood on my head, but then it was against the door, and one day somebody came in, and I didn't... I had to do the show like that, so I don't do that anymore. But I do, you know, whichever character I'm playing, I do my voice exercises in character. So if I'm playing Madame Armfeldt, I'm saying, here's a to-do, to die today, at a minute or two to do, a thing distinctly hard to say, but a harder thing to do. You know, I have to do some yoga breathing, and if I miss anything out, then I'm absolutely convinced that I won't know my lines. It's all in the head, of course. But I just try really hard to think of nothing before I go on and be permanently surprised by what people say to me. And that's the trick, isn't it? You know, to be in the now, as they say.
Do you treat every night like a first night?
I don't get nervous until my song is over. I sing a song called Liaisons, which is a tricky song because there are 3 verses. brilliant lyrics all about having an affair with the King of Belgium and who was prematurely deaf but a dear. Yeah. I sound like Joyce Grenfell there, don't I?
Did you bet?
No, yes, I did. Sound exactly like Joyce Grenfell. You mustn't play it like that tonight. No, don't do that, Maureen.
That's when I met you. I met Maureen years ago coming out of Leicester Square Tube. I've told you this. And I confused you with the lady I was working with in Camden Council who ran the home help team. Don't you remember? And I said to her, I said, hello, how are you? I said, what are you doing now? And you said, oh, I'm doing Rejoice. And I went, oh, she? I thought you had a new client. And it was only when I turned around I thought, oh, my God, it's Maureen Lipman. This was years and years ago.
But we were talking before, Paul, weren't we, about how you do get... People do come up to you and they've got a red toupee and one tooth and they're standing in front of you and say, hello, Maureen. and you do get terribly... You know, hello, how do you do? I know the same. Yeah.
Run into the night screaming.
You do get frightened sometimes by people's attentions, don't you?
Yeah. I tell you what I love, Maureen, Ladies of Letters. I absolutely love it. You and Anne Reid together, it was just brilliant. Are you doing another series of that?
We are doing another series, hopefully later in the year, and we've got to really get into shape for that.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You've got to learn 20 scenes a day on your own for that, and we've shot 10 episodes in 6 weeks. And now we've done it once, ITV3, think we can do it again, but little do they know we had to be resuscitated at the end of every day.
Well, it looks tough. It does.
Really,
it looks. It's
really
almost
tough.
like those Alan Bennett talking heads, isn't it? And
yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
I love it on the prison ship. I mean, it was just...
and that green bathing costume is a sight for sore eyes. I don't know how I had the goal, actually. Sometimes I think someone's working me from the back.
Well, we've got a clip here. Look, like you say, Bear, go on, please. Let's have a look at Ladies of Letters.
Thank you for your kind offer to stay with you, albeit retrospectively, but I should have had to refuse. I can't leave Sydney on his own. And besides myself, Leslie is the only person who can tolerate his... habits. I have tried your recipe now, but found it rather rich. Yours sincerely, Irene Spencer.
Why is it on ITV3? Why isn't it on ITV1? I don't understand this.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know why it's not an ITV1. I wish it were, but I think it requires a lot of money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether ITV got any, have they?
They're at the pawn shop, aren't they, every 5 minutes? Would you like to buy Coronation Street? But that was brilliant. I mean, real enjoyable telly.
It was such fun. And Annie and I go back such a long way to... Her late husband, Peter Eckersley, was head of drama at Granada, and he shared an office with Jack, my late husband. So she remembers me coming the first time to Manchester to work in a new theatre company. And she says, you know, she said, God, you had a long coat and frizzy hair and tinted spectacles. I thought to myself, oh, God, where's she come from? She took me out for a drink and she said, I was saying, I'm going to start poetry workshops and have improvisations. She said, oh, I just felt so old. And now we're working together.
Do you know what I love? Because it's out on DVD now, Up the Junction. I absolutely love it. It's such a cracking film.
Is it, really? I haven't seen it for a million years.
I think they've cleaned it up, you know, as well, so it's a beautiful print. It's just fabulous. Not only, I've seen the street scenes at Clapham Junction before they pulled all those old houses down.
I remember standing on a table singing, I need your
love,
baby.
baby.
There you are.
And you and Adrian Poster together, it's fabulous.
We were great. She's such a great girl. I don't know where she's gone. But I see you've got Alma on here.
There
and when
she is.
your researcher said to me about Alma Cogan, it's her birthday today.
Really?
And the 19th. And I said, oh, we won't talk about Alma because, you know, I've said all the thing about performing like Alma when I was a child. And then I went to the theatre, and that night, this arrived through the post, and it's a picture, I don't know if you can see it, of Alma Cogan's, the house where she lived, the flat, and the plaque outside. So I just thought, well, it's meant to be. Because 46 years since she died, she was a fantastic entertainer, of course. But apparently, and I hope this is true, because I've heard that George Clooney wants to make a film about her.
Alma Cogan?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, of course, Rosemary Clooney was his aunt. And Alma did a lot of cover versions of Rosemary's songs, Jambalaya.
They should do, you know, shouldn't they, for Alma?
It is a great story, because she was the first sort of big international star.
And she managed herself, didn't she? And
she was a clever girl.
Clever, made her own frocks.
And what a job for Amy Winehouse if she can just get her act together.
Exactly. Exactly, Maureen, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plump up a bit, girl.
Yeah, too nice, too nice.
Whoopi Goldberg on the Radio 4 this week saying, I love that girl. She's, get your act together, Amy. That's what we're all saying.
Yeah,
it's a voice from heaven.
Yeah, no, it is. She was... When she started, I thought, oh, fabulous. And when she turned the Bond theme down because she couldn't get it together, I was so annoyed with her. So let's hope she starts.
You'd have done it, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd have been in there like Flynn, Maureen, no messing. Maureen, it's good to see. I'm panicking here for you because you got the theatre.
Don't worry.
Are you sure? You're OK?
I'm OK.
If you get the urge to rush and stand on your head, just let me know. I'll fully understand.
That's the best opera I've had all week, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, go and see a little night music. It's a real classy show. And let's hear it for Maureen Lipman. Come on. In our banana skins.
Yeah, get up and go. Thank you.
Up next, we've got Hunks. Yes. We've got Chris Fountain and Jamie Lomas with their explosive goodbye and a great explorer with a bloodthirsty animal. So don't go anywhere. See you after the break.
Still to come, Chris Fountain and Jamie Lomas and a dinosaur. Thursday, Ross Kemp, Max Beasley and YVETTE Fielding.
Martha says it isn't. Welcome back. Later on, we've got that mystery animal and a great explorer. He really is. He's only 7, but he's been everywhere, even back in time. But it's time now for my next guests. I'll just give you a clue. If any knickers or roll-ons or any other type of lingerie comes near this stage, there's going to be murder, OK? You never know, Maureen. When we had Engelbert on, somebody threw a roll-on.
You're not likely to
One of those rock-hard rubber things it was. It bounced out there.
Oh, that's not a roll-on.
Isn't it? I don't know what it was then. I met my mother's. It used to stand up on its own. Now, these two fellas have both wreaked havoc in Hollyoaks with murder, drugs, blackmail and illicit affairs, but are about now to get the comeuppance in an explosive finale. And here to reveal all are those bad boys themselves, Warren and Justin, Jamie Lomas and Chris Fountain. You brought them with you, I say, eh? How are you, fellas?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Enjoying like, post-Hollyoaks life.
I was going to say, what made you leave?
I don't know, I've just done 3 years on it, and I just felt it was the right time to go. I thought my character had done what he could, you know, and just thought it was time to go. New challenge.
Yeah. Were you nervous about leaving?
Similar with me, really, because I've been there like nearly 6 years now, so I'm getting a bit of a veteran. But I think when you get told you're going to get such a good storyline, it's kind of, I think good characters like Warren and Justin deserve good exits, and everyone would hate to see him leave in the back of a taxi, so I think it was really, really like nice the way we finished.
Yeah.
It was sorry.
How'd you go? Sorry, what's happened? Is that...
Well, there's a bit of an explosion going on, isn't there? Some big explosive scenes. In fact, some of the best scenes I think I've just watched them like a few hours ago, and some of the best scenes I've ever actually seen on Hollyoaks.
There's going to be another murder, isn't there?
Yes.
I might give too much away here.
Oh, there's going to be another murder, but I can't tell you who it is. It's either Justin or Warren. One of the two. There is actually.
Well, my little mate Dominique's in it, who was in Annie with me, so I've started watching it on a Sunday morning.
It's not her, she didn't die.
It's not her, no, not her. But now Warren's past is catching up with him, isn't it?
It definitely is. Yeah. He's got quite a long past as well.
Well, what crimes has he committed? Can you remember them all?
Well, he murdered his fiance's husband. He murdered his fiancée on her wedding day, who was pregnant with his baby.
Drugs.
Drug dealer. You know, you name it, he's done it.
Nasty piece of work, isn't he? Prostitution as well.
No, he's not nasty. He's a lovely guy. He's the kind of guy you'd like your daughters to come home with.
Oh, lovely. If you were a serial killer.
I don't think so.
And it was Warren that led you astray, wasn't it, innit?
It was. Yeah. I mean, Justin was kind of bad before Warren got there, and then he kind of settled down a bit, and then I think seeing Warren come into the village taking the bad boy role, kind of took Justin under his wing and made him do some
And what's the worst thing you've done?
Well, I don't know. I've thrown my sister through a window, got my got my ex-girlfriend killed.
I do that every Friday. Seriously, oh, Sheila, get to that one. And you end up... How did you end up digging a grave together? What was...
Well, when I killed my fiance's husband, Sean, I kind of corrupted Justin and made him dig the body with me.
Well, I started having an affair with Claire, who's also a bad character, and Warren had told me not to, so he dragged me out of the toilets, literally mid-flow, and then took me to the woods.
Yeah, and made him dig the body.
None of this happened with Lillian on Cordy, did it, Maureen?
I wouldn't know. Absolutely.
Just a day in the life of a soap.
Yeah.
What do you say when you get the scripts? You know, you get these scripts and you go, oh, right, we're digging a grave, we're going to murder so-and-so.
We actually asked if we could go and see, like, a real dead body. Yeah. Because we wanted to have that shock of seeing a dead body, because I've never seen one before. I don't know if Jay has.
No, I've never seen one before.
But,
Was it freshly dead or long dead?
Well, they didn't let us do it in the end. No, they wouldn't let us do it.
You don't want to see an old corpse, you want a fresh one.
Yeah,
with a bit of colour in its
Well,
cheeks.
Sean had been under the woods for about a few months, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe even years, I don't know.
Oh, God. How old are you, Chris, when you started on the show?
I was 15 when I started on the show.
Was that your first job?
It wasn't my first job, but it was my first kind of major job, like, because I'd done, like, bits in dramas and stuff all over the place. I actually had an episode in Emmerdale once. We can't say that anymore.
You played a sheep.
I remember when you first came into it, you had a fling with your teacher, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Well, that wasn't when I first came into it. It was a couple of years afterwards, but it started right when I first got there, and it was a really good storyline because it kind of progressed over about 2-3 years. Yeah. And then it ended up with us getting together, and then she sacked me off, and then I decided to get her. She sacked me off.
Oh, sorry.
It's young lingo. Into a
It's on red now.
You don't care, you know, that one on the end. You've got to watch it. And Justin's just found love. Yes, is this true?
Yeah, Justin's just found... I think this is... Hopefully she's not going to sack him off very soon. But, Justin's finally got with Hannah, who's been chasing for a few months now, and I think Justin and Hannah are a really, really good couple. Yeah. Kind of like Barbie and Ken on the old screen.
Well, you can't see him happy, though.
Do you still have to do all the weights and all that when you go into work? Is this true? Is this
That's just Ricky Whittle.
Because somebody said, oh, and Hollyoaks, they go in the dressing rooms, they have to go to the gym.
No, there's about 10 of us share a dressing room, so it's impossible. I mean, when we do the calendar, it's kind of everyone trying to get in shape for the calendar, isn't it? So. I don't look like that now.
Hang on, please, Chris. Let's have a look. Here he is. Where are you? Hang on a minute.
Is that August?
Oh, was I August?
Oh, yeah, there
you go.
Look,
Smouldering one.
But do you know, on Hollyoaks, you do some pretty hairy stuff, you know, like stunt-wise. Do you do your own stunts?
Yeah, well, for the fire, I mean, that was quite intense, wasn't it, really? You know, we had, like, flame bars behind us with loads of gas canisters, and I was kind of tied to a chair, and I couldn't move, and you're just thinking at the back of your mind, oh, it's going to explode in a minute.
It was literally, you have, like, flame bars occasionally, but we had, like, 35 of them in a room that was so small, and literally 5 seconds after they called action, it was literally unbearable heat, which I think kind of added to the performance.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the jumping off the cliffs.
Yeah, we got asked to do...
What's great fun, Maureen, to go to
Yeah, we jump off cliffs and everything. It's great. 40-foot jump it was into water, which was...
It's what you live for as an actor.
It's a reflection of real life, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I have that every day. Yeah.
I had to abseil 20 foot down a tree for skins.
You didn't, did you?
Carrying a chainsaw and then get to the bottom and during the next speech take my jumper off and take my boiler suit off and reveal a sort of afternoon tea dress and say anyone for scones. I was so unbelievably excited about that. Do you know they cut it? What? I did my own stunt and they cut it. But it's somewhere in the you know.
Were you livid? I'd have been livid.
I was livid.
I'd have told everybody, when you see me upside down a tree with a chainsaw.
You could take your jumper off whilst having a chainsaw.
Well, I was in a boiler suit, down the tree, give the chain suit to the kids, take off my boiler suit, but whilst talking and end up saying, scones and tea.
How'd you do?
Street cred. You'll never see that. Yeah.
Now, this week, I've got this. Warren tried to lead Justin astray. Is that right?
Yeah, again. He's kind of lost the plot a little bit, Warren. He's a little bit unhinged in the final episode.
There's a few unhinged in Hollyoaks, though, isn't there?
Yeah, a few mad ones. But, like, the same thing, it's running parallel, because Warren's literally going mad. Yeah. And Justin's kind of finally found happiness, and he's really happy with Hannah, and it's all dead lovey-dovey and all that. And Warren can't see that. No. So he's...
Oh, heavens.
jealous of him.
Sunday morning, Maureen, I tell you.
Yeah.
Get in the bed and watch Hollyoaks.
You can do a sort of Ant and Dec now, can't you? You could do yeah.
Maybe. I don't think we can take their
Chris and Jay.
Yeah.
Well, look, we've got a clip here from next week. Well, we're just going to decide the career moves. You watch this clip, Bear, please, if you would.
I've already told you I'm not interested. One job, 5 grand, and we both get to move on with our lives. Come on, it's easy money. I'm not doing it. Get someone else. Justin, I need someone I can trust. I'm not just some little kid you can push around all the time, Warren. Those days are over.
I mean, I'm just saying, you're really on your toes on Hollyoaks, aren't you? Because you get no rehearsal, straight in. You don't even get a camera rehearsal, do you?
No.
Straight on
We get a camera rehearsal occasionally when
the director's feeling in a good mood.
Yeah, but we shoot a hell of a lot during the day. We got to get a lot done.
Yeah.
It's because it's a really fast turnover as well at Hollyoaks. We've got to get, like, what, 5 episodes out a week?
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable,
Real,
isn't it? It's
yeah.
unreal. Do you know Linda Thorson, when she played Tara King in The Avengers, she was saying to me how they used to have 10 days to film 1-hour episodes. Imagine that these days, forget it.
You wouldn't get anything done.
No, exactly.
No, listen.
One line and go home. That's my idea of a good day's work. Indeed, and off. I mean, do you ever panic? Do you think, oh, I don't know my lines, or...?
No, because once you get into the character, you can, and, you know, you can read it once or twice, and then you know it. I mean, we might
I've got a bit of a reputation for not being... Well, I'm good with my lines, but I don't ever learn them. I just kind of get it and just go...
He's got a photographic memory, the show.
It is. It's kind of a good thing to have as an actor, really.
Very young, yes, you're right.
I'll just sit and slump under the desk mode in here. I'll be a weakling. Now, who's this picture of here? Who is this? Who is this? Who's this child?
That's me.
Is that you, Chris?
Yeah, that's me.
What was this in?
Pinocchio, is it?
Yeah.
That was still got them shorts.
I've seen them out clubbing it.
It was one of my first ever jobs. I did amateur dramatic pantomime as Pinocchio with my hat.
Yeah.
Actually, the first one I did, I had to... it was just when I used to play football when I was little, and we got all the boys, and I was running around in tights, and I got slated quite a bit for that, yeah. Just a little bit.
Jamie, are you tempted to join your missus on the cobbles of Coronation Street?
Well, I'm a Manchester lad, so I'd love to do...
For you, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it would be great. I'd love to... I mean, Coronation Street's an institution, isn't it? So, you know, I loved it. I've grown up on it as a kid, so, you know, I'd never say never, you know.
I tell you what, I'd move in with Maggie Jones, who plays Blanche tomorrow. Me and her, got like 2 peas in a pod. Seriously, I love her. I love her. I think it's brilliant, Corrie. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Really. I bring back Lillian Maureen. I love Lillian.
But I just slacked everybody, didn't I? There would be nobody left except me.
I loved her. Yeah. Listen, lads, thanks for coming in. I wish you all the best. I seriously mean that. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Jamie Lomas, come on, and Chris Fountain. Let's hear you. And don't forget, the Hollyoaks calendar's on sale. I think I'll do a calendar. No cracks. Up next, the great explorer, 7-year-old Zachary returns from prehistoric times, and one of our new recruits gets to go on an amazing trip to Kenya. So I'll see you after the break. You did that in unison then.
Friday, Lenny Henry, Trisha Penrose and Mickey Sanderson, and our season finale. Tomorrow, Julie Goodyear, James Cracknell and Ben Fogle.
Welcome back. In a moment, our 7-year-old explorer, but first, our last incredible journey of the series. And this one features giraffes, a rhino and an amazing choir. They're called the Kenyan Boys Choir, and they've just signed a major record deal which could change their lives. So we sent new recruit Liam to meet them in their homeland. Have a look at this.
So this is rural Kenya, and a lot of the boys in the choir come from places similar to this. I should imagine life away from this and in the choir, and with the opportunities that the choir presents, would be hugely different from what they're used to.
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana. Wageni wetu, wageni, mwakaribishwa. Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Kenya nchi nzuri, hakuna matata. Nchi ya kupendeza.
So what do you imagine life would have been like without the choir.
We have everything out there. We have drugs, we have everything that is wrong. I don't know why. Because the amount of peer pressure out there is just too much. It's just too much. So with the Boys School of Kenya, at least we have something that is guiding us in life.
So I'm now going to meet some of the boys from the choir, and they're going to show me around Nairobi National Park. So Mitchell, what's so special about this park?
Actually, the most special thing about this park is that it's the only national park within a capital city.
What kind of animals would we get?
From a distance, you can see we have some wild beasts. Just look further a bit, there's some giraffes. Also here you can get some lions, we have some zebras, we have monkeys. The whole package is here.
We've seen some pretty cool stuff, but there's a rhino just there. That's amazing. Seeing rhinos, is that quite rare?
Yeah, actually in this park it's really rare. Sadly, it's an endangered species. So you're lucky. You're really, really lucky.
I just want to say a massive, massive thank you. I've really enjoyed myself. Kenya's a beautiful place, and hopefully I'll come back at some point. I wish you all the very best with the album, and I suppose all that's left to say is bye.
Yay, well done, Liam. Excuse me. And for more information on the choir, go to our website. Now, I'm coughing because I'm a bit nervous because it's time to welcome our prehistoric explorer. Please raise the roof for Zachary. Let's hear you. Come on. Zachary, OK? Yeah? Now, tell me, where have you been?
I have been time travelling 65 million years ago back to prehistoric times.
Really? And what did the planet look like?
It was the Cretaceous period, which was humid and semi-tropical. There are some lovely flowers.
Oh, yeah?
This is a sassafras.
What's it called? The sassafras?
Yeah, sassafras.
Nice, isn't it? Hey? And were there any humans around?
No, but only types of crocodiles and even flamingos and butterflies existed, like these.
You haven't got butterflies, prehistoric butterflies, have you? Really? Now, Zachary, please tell me this. Because I'm scared of them. You didn't see any dinosaurs, did you?
Yes, I saw a triceratops, a stegosaurus, and a massive triceratops.
Did you?
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You didn't... Please tell me you didn't bring any back with you.
They're just a footprint.
Oh, good lad. OK. Wow. And is that an adult? Is that... What's that noise, Zachary?
Just a baby. I think she's home.
Oh, my Lord. Get back. Eat these, they've got more meat on them.
Stop.
Nice boy, nice boy. Zachary, how old is he, Zachary?
Same much as me, 7.
Are you 7? And he's 7 as well.
David!
Tell him, Zachary, tell him. How fast does he go?
25 miles an hour.
And what does he eat, Zachary?
Flesh, you can burn the head of a polar bear.
Really? Zachary! Zachary!
Oh, did he make them related to chicken?
What are you going to do with it, Zachary?
Take him home.
You're going to take him home? Where are you going to keep him?
In the back garden.
In the garden? But what will your mum say? So, fully grown, he'll be the length of an articulated lorry, yeah? As wide as a bus and as tall as a...
Stop me!
No, no, not me! Get away from me! Just get that, you know. Anyway, a big thank you, please, for this beautiful creature, yeah? And to everybody at Walking with Dinosaurs, which is on tour all around the country. Oh, my God. And it's on. That's it for tonight. Oh, when's it on, Bert? I tell you when it's on. It's on at Wembley at the end of August. And for more information, go to the website. A big thank you for my guests, Maureen Lipman, Grady Lomas, Chris Fountain, Zachary and the T-Rex. See you tomorrow.